Fontaine is beautiful and refreshing. Greetings, you wonderful people of the internet, and welcome to my first impressions of Fontaine. The 5th region of Genshin Impact is finally here, and I was very excited to see what it had in store for us. Now, I'm making this video a bit differently from how I normally do. When I was streaming my first playthrough of Fontaine, I was talking with KQM Theory Crafters, so I wanted to try a voiceover with clips to show you guys my live reactions to what I see. If you guys enjoy this style of content, please let me know in the comments below, and maybe hit that subscribe button too while you're at it. Do keep in mind this is my first impressions of Fontaine. The content in this video is all sourced from my day one experience. So if I miss any key aspects that you guys took notice of, please let me know in the comments below. There is a dog called Baguette! Anyways, the first and obvious point I wanted to take note of is the landscape of Fontaine. This region is such a huge contrast from the oceans of desert of Sumeru. The geography is a very pleasing blend of green and dark blue with hints of white and gold from the Aquabus Bridge, buildings and mountains. Despite it being relatively small, it is absolutely cram-packed with content. It is very similar to the islands of Inazuma and Dragonspine, where content is a lot more vertically spaced. This is definitely thanks to the copious amounts of new underwater content, but the numerous mountains add a lot of depth too. There's very little walking time until you find something new in Fontaine. And after being burnt out of Sumeru deserts for so long, this is a very welcome change of pace. One thing that caught me by surprise was the time I came across some boiling water and not noticing it was doing damage to me before it was too late. Wait, I can't, oh, this is hurting me. Oh, this is hurting me. Oh, this is hurting me. Oh.
Oh my god.
And then I tested it to see if the water could freeze, which it cannot.
Wait, can you test if you can freeze that water with Ayako?
Oh, you can't. Yeah, you actually can't. Does it hurt me if I sit in it like this? Oh, it does. Oh, that's crazy. And that's cool. I like that. Very good, Hoyo. Nice job. I do have a few nitpicks about Fontaine exploration so far. There's this child who is named after a spicy condiment who forces you into a long, dialogue-heavy cutscene when you complete random puzzles. That is the smallest brain move I've ever done. Oh, little miss. I'm not some nameless little girl. Behold, standing before you is the great artist Salsa. Her name is Salsa. When you find a brand new region, you just want to get lost and explore it. This should be an option that I can come back to later when I'm satisfied of exploring, but I'm locked into this. It's made me disinterested in the dialogue. This is one big issue that I still have with Genshin. The dialogue is drawn out. I have an issue of this kind of thing because it is immersion breaking. When I explore a new shiny area, I want to get lost in it. Puzzles scattered around the place is fine, but when one locks you into an unskippable cutscene, it's just plain annoying.
Oh, there's like a huge ass statue 7 on the left side.
They're all the same size, Iggy. Oh no!
Why are there
No, not again! She's back! Oh. Beware, this is a really annoying girl. Her name is Salsa. Aside from that though, exploration in Fontaine is superb. The city of Fontaine, also known as the Court of Fontaine, is definitely a highlight for me. It is by far the largest city in the game. All the colours, music and characters really make it feel lively and a proper bustling city. I actually felt like I was getting lost trying to explore it, and I had to keep teleporting up to the statue of 7 to get my bearings. But that's not a bad thing. There's also the Opera Epicleus? I have no idea how Focalor gets up there. The new enemy variety is great too. There are these different type of mechanical enemies called mechas that are really cool. I mean, there's a freaking dog with a gun for a head. We can't pet the animals, but now they can shoot us. There are also these weird purple blocky things. I still don't know how they work, but they're cool, I guess. I absolutely love the new dancing boss. This has to be the coolest and most unique boss in Genshin Impact so far. This boss fights you by dancing, using Anemo to CC you and Cryo to slow your ass down. Look at them, that's so cool. I thought I could, oh, it's pulling in, ah! Ow! It's a real good time, and I'm so glad Lynette needs these drops because I have to fight them a lot. When it comes to the underwater sections of the game, I was skeptical at first, but the more I swam around and explored the waters of Fontaine, the more it grew on me. The movement is fluid, pun intended, and it feels neither too slow nor too fast. It's also impossible for you to drown in Fontaine as well, which is pretty neat. But what really takes the cake is the scenery. The underwater scenery of Fontaine is absolutely gorgeous. The only nitpick I have with the underwater segments is the combat. The underwater combat completely strips you of your builds and abilities, and instead replaces them with set skills. The only way for you to get different abilities is by scanning these special blue animals. The only ones I know so far are the crab that gives you an AoE shockwave and shield, the seal that gives you a circular ranged attack, and a manta ray that gives you a horizontal piercing slash attack. This one is the best though. This is pretty cool to experience at first, but when it's used for prolonged battles it can get tiresome pretty quickly. This does worry me a bit considering we will most likely be getting a lot of underwater gameplay in the foreseeable future. A lot of enemies are exclusively underwater and they have drops that you will need for Ascension. Now Hoyoverse can definitely spice this up by giving us more abilities to work with, but completely removing our characters' builds feels a little bit intrusive if you ask me. That's really my only issue with swimming in Fontaine so far. Aside from that, I've been really enjoying it. And to no surprise, Fontaine's music is absolutely amazing. Hoyoverse never misses with their music, man, they never do. Anyways, that's all I have to say about Fontaine for now. After Sumeria Deserts, I found I was getting very burnt out of Genshin exploration, which made me quite sad because it's one of the main appeals for Genshin as a gaming experience. But Fontaine has definitely revitalized my enjoyment and passion for this aspect of the game. I played the game for well over 6 hours on stream and I wanted to keep going. But unfortunately, adult life takes priority. I only had about 5 hours of sleep that night and I had work the next morning. Thanks for watching everyone. Let me know what you all think of Fontaine in the comments below. I'm really interested to see the different perspectives that you all had. Make sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you all next time.